What do you think of it?
Ooh.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Is it pretty?
Yeah.
Should I show everybody how I made it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright guys, stay tuned to see how I make this cup. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making the Mickey Mouse cup you saw in the intro. I'm using a 12-ounce stainless steel tumbler that I got from Amazon. This Mickey Mouse fat quarter fabric square that I picked up from Walmart. Some Mod Podge that I put in a squeeze bottle to make it a little easier to work with. I'm using the matte Mod Podge, I believe. And then just any paintbrush that works for you. So here I am just eyeballing how I'm going to wrap the fabric around the cup. Since I had already planned on applying glitter over a portion of the fabric, I wasn't worried about making any precise or accurate cuts to the fabric. At this point, I realized I had just a little bit too much fabric, so I just trimmed off the excess so I wasn't wrapping so much at the bottom of the cup. So I'm applying a generous amount of Mod Podge to the cup itself, and this is where I start wrapping the tumbler with the fabric. I go little by little so as I can apply the fabric evenly without any lumps or bumps. And as you can see, sometimes the Mod Podge does pop through the fabric, but that's okay because we're going to go over the fabric with 2 more additional coats of Mod Podge. Here I'm showing you the excess fabric that I had at the bottom of the tumbler. I had originally planned on wrapping the fabric around the bottom of the cup, but as you can see, I didn't have enough fabric to do that, so I just decided to trim it as flush as I could, and then finish the bottom of the cup using a different method. And I'll get into that a little later into the video. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Here I am coating the entire cup in Mod Podge. I did the entire cup. You probably don't have to, but that's just what I did. I did 2 layers of the Mod Podge. I waited 30 minutes in between coats, and then you have to wait at least a full 24 hours for your Mod Podge to dry before you can put any kind of resin on it. You don't want your Mod Podge to be wet or sticky when you apply your resin because resin doesn't react well to wet things. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We're not even to the resin part yet. Sorry, guys. Now we're moving on to the fun part, guys. So here I am applying some more Mod Podge to apply my glitter. As you've probably noticed by now, I am not a measure it out and do things perfectly kind of girl. I really just eyeball pretty much everything I do. So here I am going to hold my paintbrush steady as the cup turns to get a fairly straight line. And I find this works pretty well. I'm using a beautiful red glitter by Recollections that you can find at Michael's. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but I will link the products I used in the description. I'm just making sure to pour enough glitter to cover all of my Mod Podge and tapping off any excess. I originally intended on this fine glitter coat being a base to some chunky glitter, but you'll see later on that that just didn't work out. Which leads me to my next statement. I'm not even sure why I'm including this clip because the chunky glitter does not make the final cut of this cup. But I figured I'd show you that everybody makes mistakes when they make crafts, whether it be Tumbler or paintings or any form of art, really. Everybody makes mistakes, and that's okay. I do wish the chunky glitter would have worked out because I do think it's gorgeous, but it just wasn't meant to be. So here I'm spreading out some Mod Podge on parchment paper so I can apply a coat of glitter to the bottom of the cup. I figured this was a little bit easier than trying to sprinkle glitter on the bottom and getting an even ring, I guess. So as you see, I spread it out on parchment paper and then dipped the bottom of the cup and then basically repeated the process with the fine red glitter. I found this worked very well to finish off the bottom of the cup. Time for resin! So I did end up spraying this cup with the Krylon matte finish before going in with the resin. This way the glitter doesn't move around on me and spread all over the cup. So here I mixed up 40 mils of resin. I was using Better Boat. I will link that in the description, but honestly, I don't really recommend it for tumblers. It's pretty thick and holds on to air bubbles. And you'll see later in the video that I torched the crap out of my cup, and I still ended up with quite a few air bubbles, and that disappoints me. And it's right around here where I realized the chunky glitter probably wasn't going to work. Doesn't it look gorgeous spinning away on the turner, guys? I really wish the chunky glitter would have worked. Okay, so I just sanded this, and as I was sanding, it the chunky glitter didn't want to stick to this rim, and I should have known that. And I'm actually a little disappointed with this red glitter in general. I don't know if you can see it, but when I was sanding, a lot of this chunky red is not red all the way through. So I start sanding, and it takes the red off and exposes the silver foil underneath. So I'm not happy about that. So what I'm going to do is redo the bottom in the fine glitter, and then I think I am going to redo this whole area with fine glitter. I like the look of chunky glitter, but yeah, this just isn't gonna fly for me. I don't like it. So yeah, let's see what happens. You know, I'm a little disappointed, but things happen and we just work around it, right? So I'm gonna start with the bottom, and then I'll put this back on the turner so I can do this area again. So I did spare you from having to watch me apply yet another coat of glitter to this thing. Didn't think it was necessary, so we're just getting right back into the resin. So this time around, I went in with about 10 milliliters of resin. I didn't want this coat to be super thick because I was planning on going in with another coat after I applied my decal. I just want to add, I'm still really happy with the way this looks, even without the chunky glitter. Okay, so I did end up going over the cup with 400 grit sandpaper and just very lightly sanding out any little lumps and bumps. I designed this decal using my Cricut. I found a Disney-inspired font online and just downloaded it to my computer and used it in my Cricut design software. It's called Design Space, right? Just quickly going in with my Cricut scraper to make sure the letters are pressed down as firmly and evenly as possible before I lift the transfer tape. Did I press them down well enough? Here's the moment of truth. Yeah, I didn't have any problems. They went on very well, very easily. I'm just looking it over, making sure everything looks nice, there's no dust or anything, before I put it back on the turner and apply this coat of resin. For my final coat of resin, or flood coat, however you refer to it, I went in with 20 mLs of resin and used it all. I wanted to make sure my final coat was thick and there were no pieces of glitter or anything sticking out. And then I just go around and make sure I spread it out as evenly as possible. I know it's going to shift and run wherever it wants to go, but when I'm applying it, I apply it as nicely as I can. And here's where I hit it with the torch for a really long time, and I still ended up with air bubbles. So I definitely plan on going back to using Alumilite for tumblers. But here it is, final spin. Now we just wait for it to cure. Hang tight for a couple seconds, guys. Good morning, guys. So here is the finished product. I love the way this turned out. I think it's super cute. My little boy is going to love this. Now, here in Michigan, our weather is super wishy-washy, and for the last week and a half, we've had really nice weather, and today we don't. It's cloudy, totally overcast, so there's no sun to show you just how sparkly this cup is, but I assure you it looks magnificent. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload new videos. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and giving this video a watch. I hope you enjoyed. I look forward to bringing you more content like this. Talk to you later. Bye.